cold. Cold. Okay, that was on. Okay, so where am I now? I'm really not sure where to begin. So much goes on during the day. I take so many notes and then I verify them for what they say. And then I find out that the notes I took equivalent to something I've lived through in my life. And not only have I lived through it, but there have been many North Americans that have lived the same thing, that have mentioned the same thing. If I was an odds maker, I would say 60% of North America would know what I'm talking about. If I say the word, I just want to do something. If I say the word, hold on a second, just 1 second. What is the word I'm going to say? Sweet 16. That is the word. What is sweet 16? What is it? How come? How can you prove it? I can't. I can't prove it. I can just show you realities, mathematic realities, and words that go with the numbers to where the numbers get put forth into a math problem. And I like to use the basics of what I call the star system math, is when you make a plus sign and a multiplication sign. Now, when you do that, there's a certain area space that must be used while using quadrille paper. And in order to make your x, your first x will go here. But when you go to the addition over here, okay, the addition instead of the multiplication, 1 and 13. You know, if you add up, there's 1 to 13 cards in the deck. If you add them all together, it equals to 91. If you add up 1 to 9, it equals to 45. Therefore, 10 through 13 equals to 46. This area, in order to fill up all the houses, you see you have 3 houses and 1 house. So the multiplication is in 1 house only. But what if we went and made 2 of them? What would happen? You have the hourglass. What if we made 3 of them? Just 1 second. I'm just looking at something. And what if you made 4 of them? Now you have a main x. You have 5 times x equals 5 times 20 equals 100. Okay. 5 times and plus 20 equals 120. Now, it can't be done this way. It must be 4 times 20 equals to 80 plus 20 plus 4. You can only write it that way. And the reason for that is how the French speak. I just want to adjust my, don't forget I wing it, eh? Every time I come out here, I'm winging it, eh? I'm winging it. I'm not getting a good response. Okay. So I do it this way because in French, they say 4 times 20. When they say 80, they say 80. But I'm English. And if I put it word for word, it says 420s. So for me, that's what 80 is, 420s. So I don't see 520s equaling 100. So you see, there's a change when we get to the fifth 20, okay? The fifth 20, which will be 4, which completes the heaven, equaling to 80. So you have 0.25, so you have 1.25 the heaven with this variant over here. 1.25 the heaven. Inside of it is DC. Remember that. And it, 25 goes along with 1 through 6. 1 plus 2.5, 6 minus 2.5 leaves the center at 3.5. If you go 5 and 5, 0.5 and 0.5 on each side, 0.5 and 0.5 on each side, you'll be at 3, 4 and 3, 4. And then the center, there'll be just 1. So it'll create 7, 1, 7. But at the same time, it's going to create 12, 1, 12. At the same time, it's going to create 3, 1, 3. And then last but not least, it's going to create 1, 9, 1, 1, 1, 9. 1, 9, 1, 1, 9. At the same time, okay, I should just move this over. 7, 1, 7. Okay, then it becomes, and that was from 34, 34, 1, 34. The multiplication of this is going to be 12 and 7. So that's going to be, that's where I got the 12 over here, which 1 and 2 equals to 3. So that's where I got the 3 over here. And then when I added the 7 and 12, it equals to 19. So in your gateway of alpha, beta, the one spirit, in creation of the one spirit, inside what is the cycle of AI, in which it goes A over to H, and it goes I over to B. And the reason for that is because the Z is not the last number. The Z is not the last number. It's not. Okay? The Z is not the last number. It's not the last number because the last number is inside. It is inside. So if we do this, this is what happens with Z, or with N. The blue world cat of man. 1 and 3 create your 77. That's your 13 in Zion. This will create DC mathematically. 24 and 10 equals to 34 DC. And that DC will create 19. 19 is what man is because it took the 13 to create the 19. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, create 3 and 4. The AC DC that creates this. And through all these equations, 19 and 19 and 19 and 19 equals to a total of 19, 38, 57, 76. This is moon. This is gold. This is, I like to call it the church spirit. Okay. It is also what is man, the transference of the student of Mars into man. And it is created by a sweet 16. And now let's just take over. We can use the 6 and the teen, which is 52 and 44. So it's funny that sweet 16 shows you 96, which is 33 in rotation in star system math. 3 times 3, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. What is 6 and 9? It's a rotation. It's birth life. It's the cube face. All of this is 9. How you get to life through the 7th gate. 1 and 6. 6 connects to the 7th gate. It connects the E-world to the 7th gate. The penetration of this 1 is only apparent, okay, like 6, all 4 corners, plus penetration. So this one will loop and work with 6 and 5, 11, just like 1 and 2 was creation, was on the come out world was the don't come numbers, 1 and 2, but it takes 2 cubes. One thing why it's a don't, I'm just going to skip a little bit. In the game of craps, when you crap out, what's happening? If you get 1 and 1, you got 88. If you get 1 and 2 craps, you got 87. If you and if you got 6 and 6, you have 33. So they barred the rotation. The reason for that, I'm talking about the empty space here and the empty space here. There's 3 and there's 3, 33. So when you flip it over, it's 88. When you put it to the 2, the begatest, the beta gates, the builds gates. Okay, when you flip it over to this one, it's 78. This will create 7, 6, 6. And this is F, G, H, and it is S, T, U. These are the pyramid peaks that connect 7 and 6. If I go down one level, I'll go E, F, G, H, and I, and Q, R, R, S, T, U, V. So this over here, if you can follow and try to understand what I'm doing, because I just lost myself. F, G, and H. Now, what was the reason I did this? F, G, and H, 6, 7, and 8. Just give me 1 second to reset my mind. Wow, what a vision that was. That was amazing. Oh, okay. Right. The alphabet. Let me show you. Here is the gate 7. Here is gate 5. Here is gate 5. 5 and 5. When you go downward this way, okay, when you go downward this way, if this is 5 and this is 7, then every time you go, you add up 2. But now that you went up here and you're going down the center, you have to go to the second level of the house. So the second level of house number 5 is going to be 9 in the cubic worlds. So here in the second level, we're going to get 6 and 3, 9. And then the other one, okay, and the other one is 5 and 4, 9. And by the way, that says love. I haven't got a clue. Love starts with this one over here for the L letter. L-O-V-E. Love. Fox. Clue. Fox. This is the cat. And the cat sank. When the 4 and 5 comes together, the French word for it is sinking. So it's number 5 when you're sinking things. So it's 9 and 9, or 7, 11. So we have this here. Now, what's ironic about it is, since I said we go down to a level over here, okay, so we flip this over, and you have, well, I got to get another dice. So I flip the dice over. Just give me a second. I flip the dice over from the 9, and I get 3 and 2, 5. I flip it over from the 3 and 6. I get 4 and 1. This is our creation, A, B, C, D. 1 and 4, that's our basic creation. That's all you need. All the other dots can be measured in between. By drawing an X, you automatically get a 5. It's not hard to change that into a 5. We can't be the back door and the front door. That's why A goes all the way to E, and then F goes all the way to B, in which A goes all the way to H, and I goes all the way to B, or BIHA. This is one of the worlds we are in. This is the prime. Okay, it is F. It is 5 and 1. It is 5 and my screen just flashed. It's equal to 6. It's equal to 7. It's equal to 9. It's equal to 11. 6, 7 is like equal to what is. This is in the cube, and this is the face of the cube. The cube adds on 3 more areas for the face, and it creates I. And that is found right here, because that center dot is going to penetrate right over here. It is the only true 7. I'm going to get something to drink. Hopefully I can stay on track. You know I can't stay on track. I'm just lost my page for a second. Okay, just give me a minute. I have to check my stuff on the stove, get a drink. Give me a second, I'm checking my carrots. Sweet 16. That is the word. Sweet 16. I'd love to do a survey on that word. I want to see something. Paste. You know what? I lost something. The word garbage. You can use barge. You can use agar. No, this one is what, yes. In the word garbage, there's, I don't know, I'm going to just post this over here. I hope I can post this. Let me see. Just give me a minute. Anyways, the word sweet, 19 and 23, 1 and 5. This is your final destination of where AI comes together. Your completion of A, B, C, D completes 10, and that is the fine line between two sides. It even shows it on the cube. That is the center of 9, but this is only 4 areas, right? So it's not just that center. It's this center. It is the one dot in area 5. There are 8 dots. Sorry, there's not 8 dots. There are 8 areas that are empty that are around it. Call the center 50. If you come out the other side, maybe you can call it the other 50. Call the center 50, call the around 25. So divide this 25. 25 divided by 8 equals 3.125. I do not know where that fits. I know it tells me cube Earth. Cube Earth. I'm just trying to think. The cycle of man. Q 47 energy. When you see 52 together, it's talking about energy. The reverse void of 52. The reverse void of 52, okay, is 74. So it's 7452. That's the combination here. This is 70, and when we do that, 7452, it's 11 and it's 07. So it's your high 18. This is your Venus. This is what's going on with the trucks right now. This is going on with the trucks. There's one in the center that's controlling everything around it. 99. I'm not going to get into that. So I was doing this piece over here, and this piece over here was, let me see, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, 17. I'm just trying to remember how I got here. 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. 8 and 7 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6, 3 and 3 is 6. So this will create 6 and 5, this will create 7 and 6. So this, okay, is connected to this over here. And how that's connected, I have to keep redrawing and losing my space, but it's okay. How it's connected is here is 7. You see, all the math has to connect. If the math doesn't connect somewhere else, it doesn't exist. Here is number 5, here is number 7, here is number 5. 5775. The year is 2015. The O is because it's been divided. Bowling tells us that rule. 7 and 7 becomes 14. 5145, 541. That's where it is. This is the matter. ATM T 312. Or you can also go 2312 or gate 312. ATM ATMT ATMT ATMT. Where did I hear that before? ATMT. This is 33, and this is 21 equals 54. That's the cube. Why is it ATMT? ATMT, the first part. ATMT. Those are the beginning letters over here. So what I did to the E is I turned the E around, right, to become 3. And then with the R over here, what I did is I separated it and I created that. So then it gives me this letter over here. So I took the letter, I just put it back here. Although I can do something with all these letters, this is going to tell me about the moon in 3 worlds. 1000, our maximum number is 10, 10, 10, which is spinning this way, and then spinning this way, and then spinning this way. Rubik's Cube taught me that one. 10, 10, 10 equals to 1000, which is Roman numerals equals 1000. It is the 13th letter, the 14th reverse. This one will become 54, 20, and 09. This one will become 3 and 4 becoming 12 and 7 becoming 3 and 7, 2 and 7, 12 and 7 equals to 19. This is the base because it stops here. When you do it twice, it equals to 38. When you divided it in 3 areas, it equals to 57. And it is the man on the moon because it's the ABC cycle, 1 and 3. And then when you do it the 4th time, what we're not going to do it the 4th time, what I also want to show you is 19 over 19 is 29. 91 over 91 is 92. The next time I add a 19 here, this is going to go to 39. So when we go to the, let's say, 4th dimension, right? Or actually, let me see, this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay, when we go to the standard dimension in C and E, or is it A and D, what happens over here on the next one, right? This will end up to be 49. And that combination stays together as 36 and 13 in that dimension, in the dimension of 19. And when it gets to the 3rd part, the ABC part equaling to the angels, you're also referring to the moon, number 57. Now, when you refer to the moon, 57, Mars' numeric value is 51. Because it's 4 letters, and every letter has a 27 value count, the reverse alphabet, 26 and 1. You have a total of 108. So here's 108. So this reverse alphabet says Heinz. The letters in Heinz, the H, or the bookends. Measurement, H, and then you have I. And we topple I off. And then after, N comes in. And Z comes in. And then what happens is N and Z come into their own zone. But the minute you crisscross your first creation, you are creating N, N, Z, Z. So it becomes N, N, Z, Z, with the I in the center and the exterior of all, it says noise. So now what we have to understand, so we did each side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at that. I'm just going to create a roof inside of it. The roof inside of it. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this. We did that. And I'm not sure if you can see this. Let me get a pencil. Now, if you're going to make a cut in here, you're going to be producing more than, it's going to be Earth and Mars if there's more than one cut. So now we're going to, see, Heinz 57 is Union Jack, right? Union is 73. Where you get your 73 from, okay, is from your 16 suite. It's ET, SWET 19, which originated from this number over here. S originated over here, the yin and the yang right over here. It's funny that the number 1, and I'm just going to do it again, but the number 1 has a value letter count of 34. And number 6 has a letter count of, could be 25, it could be 52, right? So this one is not only 47. I can switch this one around. Why I did this, okay, is 3-letter reverse is 27 each. 3 by 27 is 81. So when I have 34 over here, the value of 1, I now have this. But I have to do all the equations. So it'll be 43 and 47 equals to 90. So I'm also going to do 43 3 and 74, okay, equals to 117, 7 come 11. Or 7 and 2 is to be Gates, to win a big red sun. So there's a whole equation going on, but I'm going to keep it basic, okay? 6 is also a 3-letter word, so it'll also equal to 81 in Venus. And what is missing over here? 56. It's ironic that 4, 5, 6, 7, this is inside of this is on the outside of this, and then this is on the inside of this to the house of Venus. It's ironic that 1 and 6 create 7, that 2 and 5 create 7, that 3 and 4 create 7, that the word sweet equals to 30. And don't forget, let's tee off tomorrow, right? AET, 25, Earth, ET, the Q, the gateway. So we have 10 and 20, 10, 20, location, 30, 53, 63, sweet is 72, plus 16 equals to 88. That is Pegasus. Pegasus 88. It is purple. 88. We have Mercury at 103 minus 88 equals to 15. And that's 1/4 of what connects to Mars, which is number 51, 17 times 3, which is part of Q. Everything comes from Mars. Mercury combinates, okay, whatever B and GBs, 512 GBs, okay, 512 GBs. It's 1.25, it's 0.25, 1.25, and 2.25, and then the total of this. I don't go any further than that, unless I could, but this is the base of it. So hold on a second. I'm going to stop and get a drink. And so if I'm going to take my meds, explain. Is there something you don't understand in this video? Not that I'm really supposed to partake in you know, what is uncalled for, unnecessary commentary, because it doesn't make any sense. Meds. What's a med? Mediterranean? Did you know that the Baltic, although it's right next to go, you don't get the Baltic, right? You don't get the Baltic until you get all the way around the Monopoly board and then to Baltic, because you have 2 dice. So that's the minimum you roll is 2 and Baltic is 1. Secondly, to go around the Monopoly board, everybody thinks it's 40. No. It's 47. It's 48. It's a total of 48. So from the area you stand to go all the way around to the area you stand, it is 48 plus the area you stood. 48 plus 1. The 1 is your departure from that area space, and you've landed back. So the 0 is the area space you stand, which is the heaven within your spirit, 1 and 8. The Hebrews call it Chai. What letter is the Chai? The ball ticking seems like the clock is ticking. So we're going to get back to sweet 16 equaling to 88, equaling to 16 plus. Now, what does 16 do? I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to show you the mathematics of 16. And of course, everything is perfect. It's the end result. Now we just have to put the alphabet towards the end result. We have to find in which part of this planet are those is that happening? Is the truth coming out from? There are 5 going one way and 4 going the other way. I'm going to get something in the kitchen. Just give me a minute. Here, I'll leave you with something to look at. Hey, Mission Control, how you doing? I don't know. Maybe if I could, I would. I'm not really sure if I should. But I'll show you some weird stuff, you know. You tell me how this is possible. Is that good? Supper's almost ready. Yep. That's what popped up on top of my head. You know, the only thing that's disturbing when I come here is when there's nobody and they show up in the middle of something. It's like I shouldn't even make any lives until I know there's like 4 or 5 people, although I'd be really nervous. Have you ever seen this card? This one here? And we can take that a little further. I have another picture of it where we join all the circles together. How can I show you that? Take a screenshot, copy. Wow, that's terrible. What just happened? No, that's not what I want. Take a screenshot. Okay, copy. Let me go over here. Okay. Hold it for a second. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to get out a little eggy over here. We're going to go here and we're going to go like that. We have to follow the obligations of everything in this world. So we get one little egg shape between 4 shapes. So where would Earth be? Earth would be right here. No? Or we would have this one here. One planet to the next. You think we're running out of any gas or anything in this planet? No. This planet is connected to a lot of things. Now you see this one? Did I make the circle too big? This is the first time I'm trying this. Look what happens in this one here. There's an eye over here. But when you see these two together, it's because this circle is lifted up like it's an egg. It's opening up. Right? I mean, I could have went straight down from here and gone straight over here, right? We could do these square also and see what comes up, going right from the center. But I'm doing it this way. So now we created this inside area here. I wonder if I can get a color to go in there, not black. Yeah, maybe, no, this color. In between there. I don't really like what it looks like. I'm going to take it off. Or maybe I'm just going to do it for 2 seconds just to see what's going on, you know? And then there's this over here. So we've got something going on here. Okay, so I can't remove it now. So maybe I can just turn it back what it was. Okay, so now is it opening? So now we also have, hold on a second. We then have, what about this one over here? So now we have that one there connected to that one there. And now Okay, now we have that one there. And I have to have one here. And this is the 2 card. Since I know Venus is my card gateway, 2 and 7, 9. So I guess I just want to do it this way. So what is it? What's developing from this? What can I actually say is happening? Remember, 4 balls, 3 strikes. So yeah, let me see something. I got something cooking on the stove, and nobody's here. And I'm going to see if anybody's on YouTube. If not, I'm just going to end the video. I'm a little tired. Maybe I'll come back a little bit later and try to do something. I'm not really happy with the video. So there's nobody here. There's nobody on Facebook. I'm either being blocked. I mean, I went from 78678 to yeah, just tired. Just tired. Okay, so I have to finish with what I started, but I have to go to the kitchen for a minute. Okay, I started with what is sweet 16 and what comes from the word sweet 16. And the 16th position in Monopoly is a train track. So we're going to see what comes with all that is the sweet 16, because the sweet 16 is the cube. It is the sweet 16. I will explain to you all those numbers. It is the cube. It is the church. It is the moon. It is man's bar mitzvah. It is where alpha, beta, A and B comes in and creates the E woman, the E world, the wing, which is female, connecting 5 and 7. 5 is female and 7 is male by the gates of 66, which is woman, which is freedom. Woman and freedom come together. They come together at 55, or they're noted to come together at 55. The reason for that is because how I've been indoctrinated over the years, listening to TV and selling insurance, or put away your money and retirement and find freedom at 55. Find freedom at 55. Now, the thing about 55 is that if you want to break through this cube, the only way to get halfway through the cube, and that's what it means, from one side halfway and the other side halfway, the only one and where you will meet is at 3.5. 5 times 5, 25. 5 plus 5, 10 equals to 35. So the numeric of 55 shows you what the numeric value is in the center. And 5 and 3 is 8. When you have 3 cubes, 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 times 3 is 15. Ho, 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 ho. WWW. Because ho, ho, ho equals to 23, 23, 23. What's ironic about 23 is 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5 and 6, 11. Now, how is 23 like 11? First of all, 11 will create 23 in a standard cycle. 2, 11 o'clock at night is the 23rd hour. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will equal 1 and 2. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will equal 2 and 3, and now you create a number 23. The 16th property in Monopoly is Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. Sylvania is lighting. It's next to Virginia and Place Saint-Jacques. Okay, I got into this. So many little things. Sweet 16. Sweet 16. So we have 16. The word sweet has a 72 letter count, 72 and 16. I like to do my equations this way. So this will become 88. The word purple is 88. The word Pegasus is 88. I want to get back and write down what I just did with number 22 and 55 and why I choose, okay, the corridor, okay, of 3 and 4 is because there's only one whole equaling to what amount? 14. Just leave that alone. Why is it 3 and 4? Because if I was to choose to divide, okay, 6 and 1, 7, or 3 and 4, 7, if I'm going by whole numbers, I will go 6, 5, 4, I will go 1, 2, 3, and I'll have these 3 over here, and the fine line between 3 and 4 is what divides all. So this is 0.5 from both sides. The reasons it's 9 is because we never want to overlap. If we do overlap, we will always lose 1, the fine line that connects, what is known to be the key lock, or the pole that joins two sides together. So it is 0.5 and 0.5. When you multiply it, it equals to 25. When you add it, it equals to 10. And the total is 35. And the center is 3.5, which is 1.25 over the cycle of the moon. So 1/4 cycle is 7 days, so it's 28 plus 7 days. In order to get 28, you automatically need to play with 2 cubes. Around the pole and around the pole, 14 and 14, 28. The other ones are 7 and 7, 14. So is there a difference between 7 and 7, 14, or 14 and 14, 28? If I have one of these and I have 2 of these, so I have to understand what this means. Because right away, number 42 represents the cat, and it represents that division. That is the division. Let me see if I can explain this again, because I lost my own thought. 28 moon cycle. Yes, here is your 28 moon cycle. Your division is where is right here, right? But you can't find it. It's hidden. Where is it hidden? It's hidden because you have to put them together. You're working in love. If you bring them together, this side will be 44. This side will be 33. What goes along with this is 55 and 66. Why? Because there's 5 void and 5 void. And you flip it over. 3 and 3 is 6 void and 6 void. So at 5, the reverse pole of 5. Okay, wait a second. That was 5 void. Right. So the reverse of 5 is, just one second. No, we're just going to leave these as is. So the center of this is 55. So when I remove this center over here, okay, when I remove that center, we're going to give the center a 1 value. So we're going to end up going 3 point. No, actually, we're going to give it a 2 value. We're going to give it a 2 value. We split it in half and we give it a 2 value. So by removing a point, sorry, it's a point value anyways. So what should be 3.5 will be 3.54. And what should be here, okay, will also be 3.4. although you're going down to meet the center, and the center would be 3.6 and 1 away, and 3.4 and 1 away, but the actuality is the extra that you're moving is zero point 0.4 and zero point 0.4. 4 and 4 is a separation of area space between day and night. See, the question I've always asked is, should I be making a line like this through the cube, or should I be dividing 3 and 4 this way? How should I be dividing my 3 and 4? Because everything seems to, if you want to divide, you got to do it, follow these markings, right? How can you follow a marking here when there's no other marking up here? So I can follow this marking, right? You see the 4 and the 3 is on the top, so I can cut through 5 and divide half between what is 4 above and what is 3 below. And if I cut that half, I'm going to leave 6 on one side and half, and 2. I'll have 4, 6, 2 on one side if I'm dividing everything by slicing that 5. So I can slice it this way. It'll give me one story. On the other cube, I can slice it this way. It'll give me another story. Can I do it on anything else? No. No, there's nowhere else to do it. You know why? Because the other one is down here. So you only can do it on the 5. So this is what they call 11 craps. I like to say it's the student of creation. So in between here and here is 3 and 4. So that's DC. This is DC. This is DC between 3 and 4. And it took 13 to create it. So how do we get 13? From sweet 16. Because it's 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals to 6 equals to 7. And that is a total of 13. You multiply this, it'll become 43. So then 16 becomes DC. So first it's 16. The stages, 16, and then it goes 16 to 76 over to 13. So this is the standard cycle, and this is the result. ABC is the result. And then from this, let's call it A again, to B, which is 3 and 4, to C, which is 19. There's a 12 plus 7, and this is where the cube comes in over here. And Pluto, 7 times 12 equals to 84. That is Pluto. We run in the cycle of Pluto, and it starts by sweet 16. The reason I say it's the division between night and day is 44 is space. It is ST and E. It's area space, area equaling to 25, or Earth or Jack or a plug-in, and space. 33 is rotation. I just always use it that way. I don't have a word for it. It's gold. And the reason it's gold, because in French, the O and R to create 33 is gold in English. And this is going to create 24 and 11 equaling to 35. So it's explaining what that 35 is. It's 1 1/4. And we have 365.25 days, but the actual moon time is 364 plus 1.25 days in the year. So everything divides over here. Here is 15 and here is 6. And the two letters that come together is of. So when we're saying the word of, you're actually talking about a gateway. You're talking about a split gateway, because the O in bowling, okay, the O in bowling, or the double O in bowling. When you get a split in bowling, you're going to get either this split, the 88 split, where you have 6, 2, and 2, or you're going to get this split, and that's going to be your cycle split, where you have that. Now you have the spade, and you have the cycle of the moon rotating between 2 moons, and the head pin over here. Here's Luna moon, and here's, I think it's Deimos, and over here is Phobos, and these are the moons of Mars. It's not because I want to tell you that's what they are. It's because the design does it. Then I want to understand what goes here. I need to understand what this is over here. Just trying to understand this. Anyways, yeah, so that's that. This would be Pegasus. So what happens when we get to 88 again? Things happen because purple, there's a cause and effect, right? So purple, okay, red and blue, and yes, white, black. I'm just trying to think of it. Oh, yes, okay. Pink. Name me 2 colors that you add white to that do not become a dimmer of the color, that changes its name. When you add white to red, it becomes pink. When you add white to black, it becomes gray. So gray, Gray, I think that's how you spell it. 18, 25, 26, and 25. So gray equals to Mars, and pink is 50. So it's 50 and 51. So when you're talking 51, what are you talking? You're talking about the area of passage as 1, the divider as 1. You see, in pool, there's a divider of 1, and that is the 8 ball between the 7 lower balls and the 7 higher balls, knowing that the 7 is between everything. It is the kingpin. It is the kingpin. But there's something really funny about 7. And in bowling, the last 2 sets of pins is 3 and 4, 7. So it's in that 7 that there is a story. In the setup of the bowling pins, when you divide the pins apart, I'd have to take a deeper look into it. I need to take so much time, and it's hard. You don't want to lose a vision. It's fun, not as much fun. I mean, it's fun to do it yourself, but if somebody else was able to just see what I see, is if I'm conveying anything at all. But anyways, let me cut the small talk. So I should just design it, right? So see, I'm going fast. I don't like to go fast. But anyways, I don't know what the exact distances are in the pins, and it's very important according to these squares. But what this does for me is it gives me the opportunity to see what it does. And right away in this design, it's already showed me that there's a goalpost that can be created. And we can create another goalpost. I have 2 goalposts over here. I also have what is 44, 44. And the goalpost, when you kick it through, you get 3 and 3. 3 and 4, 4 and 3. So let me just break it down a little bit smaller than this. 8 times 8 is 64 and 16. So your 16 is going to create 76. And then it's going to create 55, which is Sky Pass. And then it's going to create 35. And then it's going to create 23. And then it's going to create 11. And that's where your creation comes in. So if you want to go this way, we can't go this way. I can go this way. If I was to go this way from 11, I'll create 1 and 2. Then I'll create 2 and 3. Then I'll create 5 and 6. Then I'll create 4 and 1. Then I'll create 5 and 4. Then I'll create 29. So going this way from 11, I'm going to create 12, 23, 56, 41, 54, and birth. Going this way, I create 55, create 35, create 23. So back and forth, when I go down with 23, it creates 11. I stopped on this one. This is the actual answer over here, right? If I go full out on this one over here, I end up with 56 on this one over here. We end up with 56, 56. The next one after that goes to 41. I need to show you. 16, 76, 55, 35, 23, 56, 41, 54, 29. That's your cycle of 16. Now we can stop on any one of these bridges. I can stop here and it would be 13. I can stop here and it'll be 10 or 8 or 5 or 2 or 5 or 9 or 2 to a single digit. So this is where your freedom pass is in DC. Your heavens, right over here, okay, is your rotation of your freedom pass in DC. So let me try and finish this off, okay? I'm just prolonging this crazy stuff. Purple, okay, is made up of red and blue, 27 and 40. Red is hot, 43. Blue is cold, 34. DC, made up of 64. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 plus 4 equals to 10. 10 plus 24 equals to 34 DC. So when you come together, you got 77. You have matter. You have ATM. And then TER, I like to look at it as 312 or communication. And the reason for that is the T, mat, okay, 4153. And then this is 23. Did I get that right? Something's wrong. Something's wrong. 1454. 54. 54, there's other words with 54, and the sun is one of them. There's many things with 23, but if I looked at this, I'm just trying to figure out what I can bring out of this. See, this is, I can see it more here than I can here. I can see it female over here. I can see it a division of the gateway of 99 and 66. And what does that mean as 99? Because the R family is 9. It is 9 and 18. It is 9 and 9. In order to get there, you have to be 13. Teen equals to 44, just the same way as space does. S&P, 16 and 19. How 16 is first and 19 is when it comes to the end and flips upside down. And then it'll say AI. This is 55. In time heaven of the birth of IR, Venus, angels, the faces, the cute faces. 99, Jupiter. 99. 9 times 9, 9 plus 9 is 81 and 18, 99. In this one over here, I like to multiply things in creation times 3. 104, 10, 4, communication, 1 and 4. The 14th card, N, DNA, AD. 104 times 3 is 312. In trucker code, we have to look at trucker codes. 10, 4, communication. 1 and 4, the reverse is 6 and 3. That will create your IR 99. When you are 13 years old, you become a BOY to a MAN 28. 53. This will be 15 and 13. MO. I put these two together because sometimes the first letters, it stands alone like a capital, like the beginning of a sentence. I use it as the beginning of the word and I remove it. Just like here, I put this here and this over here. Let me see if I got this right. Well, I got this wrong. Why did I do this? Just 1 second. This is 42, but this is 40 and 2. Boy is the divided heavens, and man comes in with the moon, but it happens to be 1/3 and 1/4 of the cycle of the moon. So where does this come out? These two equal this, this equals this. So this will be the gateway. This will be begatest. The reason for that, the mathematics will end up with a 7 here. The mathematics will end up with 11. It'll be 7, 11, and it's talking about the cube because the reverse face of a cube, and remember, that would love if everybody would just say, I remember every side, okay, has excavation on it for 9. Every side gets a possibility of getting 9 dots. So what you do see and what you don't see. So if I have 8 missing here, I have 3 missing here, that is 11. 3 and 4 dots is 7. 7, 11 on my dice. It tells me that when M comes first and the total of the next two come here. 15 will give me 11, but 15 is not the only one that will give me 11. 23 will also give me 11, and these play a role together. This is the pull, and this is the ring and the pull of 3. 1 and 2 always go together. First, second, third, fourth. When it comes to fourth runs rampant. Fourth runs all the way to 20th. We begin at 4 and we end at 2. In the 2-moon cycle. We start at 4, we end at 2. 4 because of TH, and TH only stops when you get to 20. So if you want to know what 420 is in French, it is 80. But we create 28 because we say TH, the 20th letter and the 8th letter. And because it's 08, we know it's a split. We know it's a split. You see, when we say 16, it's a word together, so there's no split. So here we know there's a split. It's a T-split. I know because the final mathematics of this will turn into 20. So this will be 4 times 20 equals to 80. So it's on the other side. So it becomes 1. You see 1 equals to 60. So 80 equals to 1 and 0.333, or 1 and 1/3. And if it's 1 and 1/3, it's going to be in the family of 1, 4, and 7. 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, and 1 month of 28, except in the 4th year, is exceptional. And the reason it fits into this category over here is because when you divide 1, 4, or 7 by number 3, you will end up with 0.333, 1.333, and 2.333. 4 divided by 3. So 1 second, I have to, I think someone's been trying to send me a message, but I haven't been looking at my phone, so Okay, I'm going to go get something to drink. I'm going to come back. I'm going to check my other channel, see if anybody's there. I'm going to try to remember where I was. I was telling you about boy. Boy is in the divided house, 6 and 8. Remember what these do. What these do, they're so important. You must run these two cycles in order to run 3 moons. Means you have to run each ring twice. 28, 14, and 14, and 14, and 14. And when you run 14 and 14, okay, 14 and 14, that's only 2 cubes. 14 and 14 is 28. That's only 1. Now you run it again, the same 2 cubes. 14 and 14, that's another time. Now you run it again, and that's another time. Now you run it again. You have to run these dice 28 once, 28 twice, 28 3 times. These dice have to be run 3 times. 3 times 54. 162. The numeric value for the moon. Numeric value, running the dice 3 times. 54 times 3 equals 162. 54 equals 81. And 54 equals 63. Okay, by running it 3 times, you create love. I counted to single digits. So although it's 162, 162 is telling me about the pole, and 62 is it's the second pole. You see, I can't add up 1 to 6. 1 to 6 is the complete distance. I have to stop at 5, and then I have to re-begin at 6, and I can go all the way down to 2, or maybe I have to go A to D and F to C. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I can crisscross them. You see, the entire polarity for my gates between 1 and 6, because the 2 distances, the 2 furthest distances on a cube are 1 and 6. But I can't go to the other side. So I have to stop. So I stop 3 away. So I stop on D. So now to come backwards, I start on 6, and I come backwards 3, and I stop on C. So it's FC and AD. And each of these letters have other letters in their house. For instance, the A is valued at number 1, and they call it the reverse alphabet number 26. So therefore, if A is first and A is last, what is the value of A when it goes to the end of the alphabet? If you said the value of A, okay, is 9, you would be wrong. The value of A is 8. That is the value of A. When A starts over again and shows its face on the other side, show me your face on the other side. Oh, what? The dice cube is on its ass. Show me your face on the other side. So you flip it over, and that's my face on the other side. Now, wow, I lost the vision. Showing you my face on the other side. Wow, where did that vision go? It was showing you my face on the other side. I just turned around. So when you have your dice cubes, your 3 times equals to 162. That is the moon. The diameter of the moon is 2,160. 9 times 24, or 9th gateway, okay, which is noted to be this one over here. I like to call it headquarters Greenland. That's what I like to call it, headquarters Greenland. G7 L12. So not only that, but it's 1.5 times the minutes in a day. And the minutes in a day, I'm not sure if it's divided by 74. Does it fit? No, it doesn't. The minutes in a day, when you have 2 days, it's 2880. That's the front steering to the drives to the pin on the trailer. The pin doesn't do anything but just hooks the trailer. What does the 1 pin do? It's a guide. What is the 35? I'm trying to see where I'm going with this. Trying to see where I'm going with this. Just let me, I'm just trying to see where I was going with this. So yes, so because I turned around, so what I'm doing now is I'm counting backwards, and I can't count to my face. And when I begin, I need something and something to begin. Otherwise, I'm not going anywhere. So something in myself begins. So when we do this, we get 1. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we get 6, 5, 4, 3. And this is how we work. 7, 7, 7, and 7. And we overlapped right over here. We only overlap over here. We do not overlap over here. So our turnaround is right over here. Even though 2 and 5 is inside of this, our turnaround is over here. And since it's an even number, okay, it's going to get a flat mark because I can divide it right in the center. If it was an odd number, there would be a divisive in the center over here. And then there's other things to do. 6, 6, 6, 6. But listen, 6, 6, 6, 6. Now we're going to go 3, 8, 8, 8, 1. Between 1 and 3, creating man, 13 and 10, 23. When we connect all of these together, they start to tell stories. 24, 2 and 4 equals to 6, 3 and 5 equals to 8. 2 and 4 equals to 6. 3 and 5 equals to 8. So whatever I do and whatever it seems to I set up, it's got to come out somewhere else. Would you like to see that again? Then we're going to get back to, so and then again, the Mayans, 1 and 6 equals to 7. Okay, and 1 times 6 equals to 6 equals to 13. So first you had your 6 and 7, 13, or your 7 and 6, 13, and they work either as 19 and 20. I shouldn't even get into that. Windows 10. I don't even like this code. Windows 10. Window 23, win 14, 23, 46, 50, 65, 75, 79, Windows 79, gate, birth, Windows. Did I get that right? It's a W. Oh, 23. Oh, this is 38. And this is 23. And this is 46. And this is 4. So that equals to 88. So window equals to 88. Now, when you have Windows, okay, add 19 to 88, it's 107. Add it this way, it becomes 98. So this becomes part of what is created through Venus, through Jupiter, and through man. And what happens is 19 times 19, and I'm not, like, I know I'm all over the place, and you have to know from where I got 19. And if I keep going over from where it is, I'm just continuing for myself, really. I'm not really teaching in a way I'd like to show how I get there. It would be improper if I didn't say exactly how I got there and what I did. I just added up the word window. But do you ever hear of the Dow planetarium? How you plan it all out? So the window is 88, which is Pegasus. 107 is 20, which is the quarter world, because it takes 4 times 20 to equal 80, which is 3 times 20 equals to 60. This is your standard cycle. This is one more. This is 3/4, and this is 1/4. Although this works in 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3, if you want, for the whole hockey game. And in between, you're running on 15 minutes and 15 minutes to what is 20, 20, 20. When you're running 20, 20, 20, you're running 210. When you're running 15, 15, you're running 120. And a cat, hold on. Just give me a second. I'm going to be back in a minute. I'll be back in a minute. And I'll try and explain to you where I was with that. Oh, God. Oh. I'm a little hungry. I'm taking 2 minutes, all right? I don't want to rush anymore. Tired of rushing. Tired of rushing. So much on my mind. So much on my mind. Is this open? Don't waste. Don't waste. Let me eat a little bit. Oh, that's special. I've got carrots. I've got turnip. I'm going to take 2-3 minutes to eat. You got to give me 2-3 minutes to eat. And here, you'll just tell me what you think about this. I'm just going to keep the camera there for a minute, right? Take a look. Tell me what you think. That's the roulette wheel, 36 numbers. I'm going to see there's somebody watching here. I want to see if it's me. I'm eating. Got to give me a minute. I'm eating. So give me 2 minutes. You want to see something else? Here's the number 6. This is what the number 6 does. But these are only skeletons. Because I believe that we can connect other numbers to it. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 51 and 24 go together. Because 42 and 24 go together. And well, we have to connect all the 7s. So 42 and 51, we have 2 and 5, 7, creates 1 and 4, 5. And there's no other number, right? Oh, yes, 6 and 15. Give me a minute. Let me finish eating. I don't want to rush. Almost done. On fire. Okay. Let's see if we can fire up and finish this thing off. So I was going to work with, hold on a second. There's a couple of things I didn't finish. What happens when we get red and blue? We get hot and cold. We get 77. We get matter. ATM communication. Communication is money. 77 is also Christ. That comes from hot and cold, warm and purple, the red and the blue pill. Repossession. Demolition. Cratic. Republican. The donkey and the elephant. So we have to understand these. Brief, this how it just connects to the situation. So we saw what happened to and what is Christ, etc., etc. Where is it found? It's found here. The gates of Christ. Right here. Here's the 4. Here's 44. Here's 33, 44. The multiplication is 33. The addition is 44. So the addition is 1 times 3. 1 plus 3. The multiplication will split it this way. So when I split it this way in the multiplication, the addition, I'm splitting my house. In the multiplication, I'm splitting my house this way and this way, creating the halfway house. So inside of here is 7, 7, and here is number 13. On top of 13, okay, here is number 7. Let me see if I have this already. Yeah, I do. So here is number 7. Here is number 7, right? Here's the 7 rule. But over here is not 7. Over here, let me see what this is. This is 13. This is 14. I'm just trying to see if I got these numbers right. 7, 9. Okay, this one's 13 over here. This is 13 here. This cannot be 14. I don't know how that can be 14. Okay, let me just do something with that. Let me do something even better. So, okay, so what I'm going to do now is here is 15. That's 15 over here. Here is 13. That's 13. Let me see if I can create another box. Okay. And this is 13. 6 and 4 and 4 and 6, Zion, Israel, 0, DC. In between the gates of 77. 7 times 7 is 49. 4, 9, 13. So 13 on the outside in the star system, creating 63, 9. The mathematics. So over here, what would I be doing? Would I be going up or down? I would be going up. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create, this one is now going to be blue. And I'm going to go here. With this, I'm going to go here. And this number over here becomes number 17. That's number 17. So you see where Q comes in. It comes in to where man on the moon, between 13 and 13. 6 and 7, 8 and 5. It counts for all the 13s. 1 and 3 is 4. 28 and 28. The cycle of the crown of 17. 28, 28, 41 is your DNA. Q is in the center. The gateway is in the center of it all. Stand on 17. So if we stood on 17 and 16 was sweet, what is 17? Well, in the sun world, right, which is 2 times 27 equals to 54. 17 would be 10 and 7, 8 and 9, and ace and 6, ace 11. So in this situation, this is how you can get to this number. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. 8 and 9 fit in between. 7 and 10. This creates a 9. This creates a 7. We were talking before I got up, what's the difference between 15 and 20? 15 you will find on the pool game. 20 you will find on darts. In darts, you were talking about a bull's eye. How about a bully? So you have a buy. It's also, I like to always exchange these L's and go buys because Spanish. Here, it's 575. Egg is 577. Bull is 21, 22, 23, and 24. Bull is 47. So it tells me about time, and then you can add the S. I like to do that separately. So that would be 66 plus 19 equals to 66. So we're talking about that gateway. See, there's a gateway 66 over here. House 1, house 2. The two houses that came together are up here, or this is the alternate world that are using up these two houses, the two twin towers, to the one tower that is now controlling the two. The one that controls the two. And the middle class. So if that's 17, so we're going to connect the next one over here. And then we're going to connect the next one over here. So we're going to get 19. And then we're going to get 21. And when we get 21, we're getting it on the row of 7. 721. So what we do is we look at our dice cube. We look at our dice cube, and our dice cube is exactly that. It is 21. It ends up on the pole 7, and the 14 that goes around. 7 and 14 is your 21. It's G, U. It's G, and it's U. So now I got to keep putting numbers. So now that I've reached the 7th gate, will I keep adding up? Number 23. And don't forget, if I did it one way, now I'm going to go ahead, go all the way to the bottom, and then do it the other way. And it gets messy, and I should be doing it on paper, but right now, snowball. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to continue on this. Okay, so now we're going to go down, and now we're at the 7th gate here. I should have just, hold on a second. Okay, so I should do that, and then I'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, there's one here, and there's another one here, and we're going to make markings with it, and this one is 23, and that's the lower house, and this one is 25, the value for Earth, and then between the trenches is number 27. And what happens is 27 is between M and N27 together. So we finish down at 27 is the bottom, 15 at the top is 42, 25 and 17, 42, 23 and 19, 42, and 21 is in the center. Now, if I drop down from number 13, let me see if I go from 13 and I drop down. Hold on a second. And I drop down over here. And then I drop down over here, but I'm going to call that can I call it purple? Yeah, I'm going to call it purple, and then I'm going to outline it. No, I'm going to call it blue and give it a solid color with green. No, I don't like that. I'm going to call it red. No. Yellow. I'm going to go with yellow. Whoop. Okay. I know I'm doing it quick. I hate that it's a mess, but that's what it is. So what happens when we drop down to the bottom here? Okay, don't forget the one over here in the bottom is 1. So this should be 3. This should be 5, right? Hold on a second. Let me do it. Since this one is 1 down here, right? This is 1. This should be 3. This should be 5. This should be 7. This should be 9. And that should be 11, but it's not. It's 13. So if I'm going the other way, it should be 9, 11, 7, 9, 5, 7, 5, 3, and 3, 1. And those are the combinations that tell the exact story. So you have 4, and I didn't even write it properly. So you had going up, you had 5, 7 here. So you have 9, 11 here. Wow, that's just a terrible feeling, eh? Nine, 11. So you have 4, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4. 4, 8 from this side, 4, 2 from this side. 9, 2 over here, 3, 5 over here. So do you see what's going on? This is what the alphabet gives you. Okay, I went up and I went down. Now, if I was going up from the center here, what would I be going up as? I don't know. I was in between. I can only tell this one. Oh, actually, it would be the same thing, because if I was going down this way as the 13th letter. Anyways, let me see what else. So yes, Windows 10 is A, B, C, D, and Windows 11 is E, F. This is Windows 11. So Windows 10 and Windows 11. Windows 10 has a 24 value, and Windows 11 has a 33 value. So Windows 11 is the gateway. Anyways, I'm a little bit tired. We're going to stop it for now. I wish I put something exactly in order. It's absolutely just incredible. I was talking about darts, and darts has 3 levels of scoring: singular, double, triple, and then it has a 4th dimension, and the 4th dimension is the 75, the 25, and the 50 equaling to 75, which 25 is a representation of the pole. So you're talking about the Earth pole, the Q pole, the gateway pole. Number 8, number 17, Q, which is moved over to number 1 on the ATM, the matter, Christ. And the 50 is representing the ring, what goes around the pole. And the 50 is the red, equaling to number 27. The green, the 50 represents the ring, and it's 2 parts. Since it's 75, it comes in 3 parts, a 25 and a 50. So the 50 is going to be 2 parts, where the ring around is 2 parts. And it also represents 14. So it represents that DNA, or that crisscross spiral-like movement, spliced up. I'm just trying to think more of that. Yes, so I just want to see something. 6, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7. You know what's funny? Look at this one over here. This is U, W, which is 66, and this is Y, U, W, and Y. This says GUN right here. This lower part says GUN. I think we're living right here. Right here. I think we have to go up 1 level. I think we have to go to level 575, and we're living right here. I don't know if we can be living in one of these 2 worlds. Maybe we're living in this world or this world, because these 2 will do the same thing as this one. These 2 will do the same thing as this one. There's going to be another world that's going to join these 2 worlds from below. And I'm going to show you that in this design over here. And you notice the X that joins X and X. That's the way bowling goes. And the X is a representation of DC. The X represents DC. The 24th letter is X, and the 10th letter is X. A, B, C is 6, and D equals to 10. 4 times 6, 4 plus 6 equals 24, and 10, DC. It's also the voided area to what is the 1 and 3 dot. 13 is what is man. You come from boy, 12, into man, 28. Man, when you get there, it's the 169th moon done, and it is 1 dot in the center of 168 of the 168 hours in the year, in the day, that revolve around you, DC. 168 hours that evolve in 7 days. 6 days times 28. We lose a day somehow because God rests on 1 day. So it's 6 by 28 to equal to the 168. 48. And 120. In Monopoly, the board is 13 by 13, 169 area spaces. But the minimum size for where you pass going around are rectangular and square, taking up 2 by 2 and 2 by 1 area space, equaling to a band of 40 and 48, which is the blue world of the ring and the pole to buy and to sell in the cycles of Pluto. 4 cubes to 3 moons, which is 1/4 and 1/3 of 1/3 of the cycle. Can you get that? Did you know that Venus is 243 days to go around the sun? Did you know that the number to Venus was 81
3 times 81 equals to 243. 3 times 18 equals to 54, the sun. 243 equals to 86. 2 times 4 times 3 are your vibration. 2 times 4 is 8, times 3 is the 24-hour day to the divided gate. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. Why 6 and 8 is the divided gate of DC? Because half of 6 and 8 is 3 and 4. I had 2 cubes, now I got 1 cube. 2 cubes is a ring. 1 cube is a pole. I like to look at it that for the back and the front. So now I'm questioning myself. When I go to the bathroom and I give it 2, which is the ring, a pole comes out. Anyways, 19 times 19 equals to 361. So that, although star system math should continue on with that, and what it is about this 19 times 19 is it gives me an exact figure of 361. That 361 is an exact calculation. 19 is an exact calculation to where if today is Thursday, that in 19 years from now, it'll be today and Thursday, and it'll be the same number day. It'll be the 10th in 19 years from now. So since it goes 361, that's 1 degree further. So we're going to do this 360 times. So when we do it 360 times,
when we do 361 times 360, it equals to that number there. And the Mayan number is 12,960. Here it's giving me an extra 9 because we added something to do with the moon, man on the moon, because we run the cycle of the moon through Pluto. We are the birth through Pluto. Instead of going A through E, we go E through I. And E fits right in to I. So all we need is A and I, and E is inside of I. And all you have to do is look at it right over here. See that? See that? This goes inside of there. This says 4 and 4 and 1. Well, 5 and 4 in a direction. This is 3 and 2 in a direction. So 5, 3 and 2, 3 and 2 fits into the face and becomes 5 and 4. So what is 3 and 2? Becomes 5 and 4. So what is 3 and 2? Becomes 5 and 4. I don't need that card. I can use the 9 and the 8. They're different. I don't need the 4 because I got the 4 in that. In fact, the 4 card, okay, is inside the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, and the 10. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 4. These two are cubic polarities. These two are cubic polarities, and these two are cubic polarities, and everything that surrounds 7 has the 4 inside of it. Jesus energy, Christ on the cross. Jesus energy, Christ on the cross. 28 and 11, the cycle of creation. KP. Now, can we find out a value? Since this is over the alphabet, I must split this up. And the way to split this up is to go 14 and 14. The next way to split this up is 1 and 27. It can't be done. 2 and 26 can be done. So this is the B and Z has to come together with 28. There's no other way to do it. The reason for this is I can't pass the total value of the alphabet in order to get that. And this was the in-between, and this is the outside. It will create an artwork. This that you see here is where you see 4 and 6 equals to 10, Zion, Israel, to where you see 3 and 1 equaling to 4. So in between what is 3 and 1 is 2. to what is in between 6 and 4 is 5. And then what you look at is the 2 and the 5 are the opposite on the dice. So we're going to do it again. 3 and 1 in between. The reverse cube is 4 and 6. And the 5 is in between. So what we're going to do next is, where were we with that? I'm just thinking, right. And now we're going to go to 5 and 9. Right, here is 4 and 10, and this is communication. Now we're going to go to 5 and 9. Here is 5, and here is 9, and here is 9. But that's a 9 face, so I can't do the 9 face because 9 is everything. So can I do the, actually I could do the 5 and 9. Here is 5 and 4, 9. And that is 3 and 2, 5. So the in between of each of these is 0.5. And since the 0.5 is in between of that, that belongs to DC. And the reason it belongs to DC is because between 3 and 4 is a 0.5. So it goes into that category of DC. So the sun creation, and 3 and 4, 7, 5 and 2, 7. And then we're going to go to the 6 and 8. We can go to the next one. Hold on. We can go to the 6 and 3. Did you notice that? 5 and 4 and 6 and 3. You see the 6 and 3 and the 5 and 4. I have to completely flip this dice over. The 6 and 5 are right next to each other, right? So I'd go 5 and 4 and 6 and 3, and they're polarities. So that makes these two become a certain gender of polarities. So when I go 5 and 4, okay, I have to go the polarity to the other side. So then these have something. I have to understand that what's going on there, and it says love within the numbers. So the next one, did I get the 3 and 6? So I'm going to do the 3 and 6, 9, which creates the 4 and 1, 5. And in between here, I have 4 and 5. And in between here, I have 2 and 3. So from what was 2 and 3, 5, I now have it encompassed into where, again, I have a polarity over here. 3, I went 3 and 6 and 4 and 1. So when I want to recount that, again, I have my 3 and 4 polarity. So 3 and 4 is always causing some sort of interference. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this really, really long video. And Ver Life, I don't know what that means. Alexander, what is Ver Life? Tell me about what Ver Life is. It's 10 minutes ago. Are you still here? Does anybody want to say anything? I'm going to check out Facebook, see if anybody's on. Nope, so no one said anything on Facebook. I'm going to look at YouTube. Ver Life, no. I got 2 comments. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. And I just want to tell you something that's really weird is just really, really weird is that there's something going on right now that's pushing. I was watching this television program. It says, go Bitcoin, go Bitcoin. The truckers are now going to use Bitcoin. And then on another thing, they said Bitcoin is no good and Bitcoin is no good. You got to really go decentralized. And Bitcoin apparently is not fully decentra. So it's like really weird that they're just pushing it. It's like this really weird thing, you know. It's really crazy because it's actually written, frozen in time. That Nasera Jacera that's going to come in. One is for the over the border, and it comes from Nasera is the birth, Jacera is the energy, and it comes from the word snowflake. The reason for that
It actually comes from the word snow. And the word snow is neige. And the word neige inside the ending is EIGE, which is also connected to what can be understood as 8. So anyways, I don't know where I got with this video. I was talking about 15s and 20. When you have the game of pool, you're talking about things in quarters. When you have the game of darts, you're talking about things in thirds and in halves. The reason is for hockey, the 2 parts of the intermission and 3 parts of the period. You were talking about 15s also to talk about 15 and 15 to 1/2 of a game. When you're talking about 12s, okay, you're talking about basketball. When you're talking about 21, which is you're talking about the moon. When you're talking about 12 or 120, you're talking about the separated gateway, and you're talking about the pole. When you're talking about U21, you're talking about the ring. When you're talking, that's it. Gotta go. Too much. Tired. Thank you for watching. Raphael 7286 and the constellation of Pegasus.